It's the festive season, but in Ruaka in central Kenya, a family gathers not to celebrate but to mourn. In October, a hopeful Martin Macharia left the country, but less than a month later he was reported dead, killed in the battlefields of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Grace Gathoni says her husband, a father of 4, boarded the plane to Russia after a Kenyan recruiter promised him a job as a driver and cleaner.
He told me he didn't even mind being a cleaner as long as he was able to come back home with what he had earned.
His departure was filled with many expectations. When their family member left the country, this family had high hopes that his departure would change their fortunes. However, matters took a very different turn. Days after his arrival, Macharia informed his wife that instead of working as a driver, he was being trained to fight in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. He asked her to seek urgent help to get him back home, but his family would later learn of his death through news reports. Macharia's story echoes across the continent. In early December, 5 South Africans appeared in court on charges related to recruitment and fighting for Russia in its conflict with Ukraine. 17 South Africans were reported to have been tricked onto the front lines of the conflict. Kenya's Ministry of Foreign Affairs reports that Kenyan recruits to Russia were promised up to $18,000 per person for visas, travel and accommodation.
Reports suggest that over 200 Kenyans may have joined this adventure or misadventure, with some of them being former members of Kenya's disciplined services. Unfortunately, those who have been rescued have said they were misled about the nature of the work they were to do, including assembling drones, handling chemicals, and painting works.
The Kenyan government now says it is engaging Russian authorities to prevent Kenyans from being misled into joining the Russia-Ukraine conflict. In Kenya, Macharia's family is asking for the return of his remains and calling for justice.
I wish they had told the recruits the truth, so that they know in their heart the work they're going to do, and they have agreed to do it. But there's no need to lie to people like they lied to my husband.
Despite recent crackdowns on recruiters, Kenyan authorities have urged the public to be vigilant, warning that recruitment networks are still active. Wilkes Anyabwa, CGTN, Kiambu, Kenya.